So with that said, I mean, Oracle ERP is one of the leading ERP in within US, and it's growing more and more every day. Uh, Oracle is also launching every new products and upgrades every now and then. So they're also doing a lot of acquisitions, adding new feature and functions, and they're also bringing up new suites of products each and every day. So what is an ERP? The acronym ERP actually stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. What it means is, like any organization, they have various functions and various departments in the group. So an example, there's a sales department, there's a manufacturing department, there's a financials, there are human resource, um, you know, so all these departments, they interact each other in a normal operations to make the business move forward. That's where the core engine of any business is. So they have all these processes laid down. An example could be a manufacturing will purchase something with the help of the purchase department. The payables department will pay the supplier. There's a quality check department which will receive that inventory, and manufacturing will start the manufacture of the product. The sales department will sell it. The receivable department will collect it. The financial department will record the transactions and produce the financial reports. And for all this thing, I mean, you need employees. So you need to run the payroll, you need to provide them benefits, and so on. So there are various operations that any organization would do it. Now, ERP is an integrated solution which is launched worldwide, I mean the enterprise-wide, which means all these operations can be captured within one suite of product, which is Oracle E-Business Suite, and interact with each other. So all the operations can be captured within an ERP. So where does our role comes in, as consultants, as Oracle ERP experts? Oracle ERP also provides flexibility that it can be configured, it can be customized as per customer needs. Every organization has its own processes, has its own needs, has its own ways of doing things. So how do we ensure that the ERP is also flexible enough and can be configured as per their needs? So as Oracle ERP consultants, we need to have certain skills in order to customize this application. There are two major skills that can be divided for in Oracle ERP consultant. Oracle functional skills. So the core of the skills is to design, communicate, and deliver. What it means is you understand the requirement from the client, you design the system that, okay, these are the processes that will be placed, this is how the system will be configured, evaluate, design the whole system, then communicate, okay, these are the changes that you need to do in your processes, these are the best practices, or this is how the software will work. So making sure that the client or the customer understands what they can expect out of the ERP. And the third and the most important is to deliver. So once all these evaluation and all these ERP has been evaluated and designed, they have to be delivered within the stipulated time and given to the client that, okay, now this ERP is ready for your functioning. The skills that an Oracle functional consultant would need is, like, they have to have strong analytical skills, strong logical skills, identify what the gaps is, talk to technical people that, okay, these are the processes that needs to be customized and changed, understand what the changes are needed, thoroughly test it, communicate that to the client that, okay, these are the changes we are doing, this is how the process will work. And again, the customer focus. So is customer happy with those changes? If not, what are the other creative ideas that we can do? And again, communication is a key criteria here. Oracle technical skills. So technical consultant, the core skills is SQL and PL/SQL. They understand the requirements not only from the functional consultant, but they can also get some requirements directly from the customer, from the client. Okay, based on that, what kind of reports are need to be generated, what are the interfaces, what are the adjoining systems that needs to talk to Oracle ERP. Those interfaces has to be in place. What are the workflows? Workflows is a way of communicating, from a person to person that, okay, let's say if I'm purchasing $100,000, I cannot do it. I don't have the ability. I need an approval from a higher management. So workflow would control that it provides all that business logic, XML data. A lot of XML are flowing in and out of Oracle ERP, which can be used. It can be exposed to other applications. It can also be used for reporting purposes. Conversion of data. What is the existing data that needs to be brought into Oracle ERP? And what are the other integration tools that can be used? So bottom line is, wherever those tiny and minute gaps are, the objective is the technical consultant will fill in those gaps. So having said that, now as we understand what is an Oracle ERP, what are the functional consultant would do and what a technical consultant would do, what are the skills needed, what should be our next step, as we are getting into an Oracle ERP. The first thing is to choose what is our career goal. Where do we fit in? What are our strengths? These are the things. Evaluate what are the consulting firms are offering. Okay, what are they offering? What kind of trainings they are providing? What are their values? What are their current employees think about them? And once we find out, sign up and enroll. Enrollment, so who should be the right candidate for enrollment? Am I the right candidate? Yes. If I'm an OPT or CPT candidate who's looking for a breakthrough, yes, I'm the right candidate. If I'm experienced professional working on other technologies, it could be Java, it could be .NET, it could be J2E, it could be anything, planning to move into the ERP side because that's where our greener grounds, that's what I think. So yes, I should enroll for it. If I already know some database, whether it's SQL Server, whether it's Ingress, any other database, whether it's Oracle itself, but I don't know what is an Oracle ERP, yes, I should enroll. So, just to give an introduction to ourselves, we also provide some Oracle trainings in these areas. So what are our strengths? We are owned by seasoned Oracle professionals. Okay, we own a social network which belongs to all the seasoned professionals. So what it helps us is to, if we have any questions, there are people around in the social network who are ready to help us, provide the best practices, provide the discussions, provide all the information that we need, help us to grow further, give us a new perspective. Maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Maybe there's a better way. Social network really, really helps us to grow more in our career. Apart from that, our training, focuses both on the core skills, which are the project skills needed to go onto the site and understand, what an Oracle ERP is with all these expertise, understand what a customer would need. Soft skills, that is very important aspect as well. How do we present ourselves to the customer? Whether we are the right people. That's what a soft skill is. We also have very transparent policies and procedures. We always work with you in understanding, what is your needs, what are things that you're looking forward in your career, provide all the career guidance, providing trainings, provide placements, provide project supports, and we also have a huge network of Oracle professionals working in the areas, as well as the other tier 1 vendors who are always looking for professionals like us. So with that, I'll open up for any questions that you may have. Again, feel free to use the chat, along for the GoToMeeting and ask your questions. We are available here to answer. You can also reach out to us. You have my email address and as well as Sanjay's email address. You can reach out one-on-one with us, have another discussion, a separate discussion on it with us, and we can answer to your questions at our very best. So again, if you have questions, feel free to type in here. If you want me to unmute you, let me know and I'll unmute you guys. Waiting for the questions. So a question that has come from Tripti is, what is the market for Oracle ERP? There are always implementations and upgrades going on for an Oracle ERP. What it means is that newer companies or newer products are being launched by Oracle, and the companies are either implementing their ERP for the first time, or they are upgrading their older ERP versions and moving on to the newer versions. So the market is very, very big. It's huge, and it is available all across US. So there are several jobs, and there are not enough professionals right now to fill up all these requirements. Okay, the trainings that we offer are both in the three major areas. It's functional, it's technical, and it's for the DBAs. We do offer job placements. We have a huge network of tier 1 vendors, and which we can also use in order to fill up these requirements. I have also unmuted Sanjay. So Sanjay, if you want to jump in, you can also speak to it. Tripti, does that answer your question, or do you have any other questions? Next question comes from Devesh. Do you provide access to the software or have it installed in our laptop or desktop, and assuming this would also have backend? So we do provide a software. The whole ERP suite of product would be installed and the access would be given to you. The time frame would be, after the training, it will be available to you as much as possible. There would not be any installation requirements on your local machine. It will be accessible from wherever you are, as long as you're using your same machine. Sajid has asked a very good question. He's a JD Edwards developer, and what is the difference between the two? JD Edwards is a mini ERP. That's how we can put it. It works great for smaller organizations, for a smaller company, whereas an Oracle ERP is a much more larger scale product. Okay, it has got much more complicated processes. It handles much more widely. An example could be, you can implement the same ERP across US, across Europe, and across Middle East. One suite of product interacting with all three different regions, all three different languages, all three different rules and responsibilities that needs. So that is an example, a difference between an Oracle ERP versus JD Edwards. Trupti is asking a question that you already have a 2+ years experience with supply chain modules, some financial, some HR, but not an implementation experience. Trupti, do you have as a support experience, and what is the version that you're looking for? So anyway, just to understand that, okay, there could be, so Trupti has an 11i version, so that's what the difference is. Now Oracle ERP is growing. The older version used to be 11i, and 11i also had different versions. There was, 1103, 1104, 1159, 11510, 11.510.2, and now the latest versions are release 12. So 1203, 1212, 1213, now 12.2 is coming up very soon. So there are different versions of Oracle ERP available. Okay, the experience that we may have is only on supporting that product. We don't have the implementation, or we don't have the upgrade experience. So a company can either be implementing the first time the latest product, which is release 12 right now, and they are also might be upgrading it. So if somebody was in 11.5.10, now wants to upgrade to release 12, bring in new feature and functions, because the Oracle has stopped supporting 11i. So the licensing agreement completes or gets over for the 11i. So companies are forced to upgrade to the next level of suite of products, which is release 12. So um, so definitely there would be gaps in understanding how the upgrade process works. So our trainings, not only tells you the implementation, but also helps you what are the differences in release 12 and what are the new products that you should be familiar yourself with. Some of the technologies has changed. Oracle Report used to be the technology in 11i. Now it is BI Publisher. Oracle Forms used to be the technology in 11i. Now it is OA Framework. How do I develop a new form? How do I develop a new report? Use the latest technology so that it can be supported going on. Those are the gaps that we need to fill. Any other questions? Um, Trupti is again asking a question if we have a training schedule, and what are the training classes. So Trupti, um, and this is for everyone. If you're interested in our training program, please get in touch with us one-on-one, and then we can talk about, give you more details if you're interested to go with us or not. Trupti, the email address should be there in our meeting invite, and you can just use those emails to reply back. You have Sanjay's email as well as mine, Ritesh Garg. Sajid asked a question. Yes, this is an online training. Um, the training would be conducted by GoToMeeting, and again the software would be installed on a common server, which will give you the access. No, the instructors are not based in India at this time. The instructors, and actually, few of the instructors could be based in India too, but most of our instructors are based in US. An example is like a DBA could be in India, but functional and technical will be US. Sajid, the trainings would be primarily over the weekends. Job placement is very well guaranteed because, like I said, we do have a strong network of not only Oracle professionals but also with tier one vendors where they are always looking for projects and looking for consultants to fill in their projects. So um, we have been doing this trainings for past 7 years, and we never had any failure so far. I mean, there were only few people who have either switched their, to a different technologies or took like Oracle, instead of Oracle ERP, they've gone into the Oracle database projects, but we haven't seen failure so far. Yes, Trupti, you will get the access after the training also, and again, we can work towards, you know, how long more access you would need in order to practice. So yeah, we can work towards that. Any other questions? Any other suggestions? Uh, we will share the implementation training as well as what is the curriculum for the training once discussed one-on-one. I think this conversation may not be the right place where we can talk about the curriculum, but it will be wide enough for you to work as an independent consultant and go on site and make sure that you have all the skills that you need to do your job. It will be a comprehensive curriculum, and that's one of the difference between our curriculum versus the other training curriculums that I have seen so far. They are either more expensive or they don't provide the project support going forward, or they do not cover all the skills that are necessary and needed. They either split up into various trainings, like, okay, for a specific tool you would take training 1 and specific tool you take training 2, which leaves a consultant confused that, okay, how many trainings do they need and whether it is enough or not. Our curriculum would encompasses all the skills that you need to go on a job and deliver what you need. So the jobs out there for people like me with little experience, Trupti, I mean, it might be difficult to say at this time, what kind of experience you have. So, get in touch with us one-on-one, and I think we can have a separate session with you and talk more in detail. Sajid asked a question, any contract we have to make? The answer is no. There are no contracts involved unless you get onto a job. So if you get onto a job, then there might be a contract like which says, if there are any client requirements, there could be a contract at that point of time, not for the trainings. Devesh is asking a question, would all the necessary documents will be provided for the instance configuration document, etc. And after placement is project support provided? So yes, I mean the documentation templates will be provided, but it may not have been the very comprehensive documents. And again, we cannot share all the documents as well that we use, on our projects, but we'll provide all the generic templates, all the generic documentation that is needed. Okay. Usually the standards are set on every project, which could be different. There are standards even that Oracle provides. So we can provide some templates during as part of the training, and if there are any specific needs you may have on a project, we can help you, move forward with that. Project support is also part of our curriculum. Okay, guys, I think um, like I said, we'll conclude this presentation for now. And if you have any questions, please get in touch one-on-one with Sanjay or myself. You have our email addresses in this chat message. It also gets saved on your local disk in your My Documents. You can always refer it back. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Okay, and we'll help you move forward with this. And again, thanks everyone for joining this morning. I know everybody might be in a different time zone, so thank you again for finding some time this morning and joining this session. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye for now.